As many of you know, the market is down, and with my wallet crying, I'm still going to be investing $100 this month, as that's kind of the point. But unless you're looking to do this experiment with me, I recommend treading caution in investing at the moment, as we currently have an operation and a Steam sale on the horizon. But with that being said, I'm going to go over my investments this month. CSGO Empire offers a 0% buy or sell fee with a full peer-to-peer market system, meaning if you're worried about community bans, it is not mandatory to put your API key in, so there'd be no way that Valve knows where you're trading. This market has high liquidity and an auction system where once you list your item, anyone can bid over that price for the next 3 minutes if they wanted the skin. If it doesn't sell within those 3 minutes, and it gets listed onto the market for that price. This allows you to snipe some deals as low as 95% above, and once you sell your skins for coins, there's no wager requirement to withdraw. Thank you to CSGO Empire for sponsoring this video. If we take a look at the tracker for the past 2 months, there's a couple interesting things that stand out. The first and huge red number I need to address is the trade up filler skins. Now I will admit it was not the best idea to go into this, and there is a reason for that. Thankfully, it's by no means a large part of the portfolio, but it's still rough. Basically, the reason it went down so much is because now with the care package system, everyone always chooses the weapon and the case. And it so happens that a lot of these weapons that are dropped are used in trade ups, meaning it devalues the market for trade up filler skins. And because that wasn't a main focus of my investing, I'm not too worried about it, and I'm just going to leave that there, and I'll sell come the next operation as I had planned before. Now the next interesting one is Spectrum 2, and this one I am absolutely not worried about, and that's because this was the long-term pick. And so seeing this is just a reaction to the current state of the market. But Prisma 2 numbers aren't too surprising. The Paris capsule is pretty good because I was able to hop in at a good time. And then Antwerp is not surprising either. In my mind, both Stockholm and Antwerp are going to be relatively consistent. And so I think up until the next major, it's most likely going to see some decent returns. Maybe not the best in the market, but it'll be more consistent than most, in my opinion. And then the best performing item is the Danger Zone. And this is why you diversify. The main reason it's doing so much better than others, I think, is just because I invested in it 2 months ago, but other than that, it's just a good case. For the sake of the experiment, I'm going to go into much safer investments and looking for things that are more crash proof and potentially will still gain profit in a possible bear market. So going from least interesting to most, the first pick is going to be revolver cases, and I find them particularly interesting because they come in around the same price point as Spectrum 2, but see much less fluctuation, which, surprise surprise, is exactly what we're looking for. And so that's why I'll be putting 20% or $20 out of my 100 into revolver cases. The next one is actually going to be the Riptide case, which of course comes from an operation, meaning completely capped supply. Now I would actually recommend the Broken Fang, but the issue is that Jesus uploaded a video in earlier of October highlighting it as an investment, basically spiking the price. And while this spike could definitely stay and remain, in my mind I'd rather just go into something like Riptide, which is a little bit more expensive, but there's more safety in the fact that we won't be losing steam from a video that artificially created hype for it. And then Shattered Web just has too low of an unboxing rate. This seems like a pretty standard pick, and I should at least have a few of these kind of discontinued items, and so might as well buy them now. And that's why I'm putting 30% or $30 into the Riptide case. It's going to be a pretty quote-unquote safe long-term option. And one that isn't as necessarily safe is going to be the Stockholm capsules, and more specifically the one I want to put my money into is the Contenders, and I'd most likely be looking to sell it off, or at least part of it, before the next major. But until then, it has a pretty strong trajectory because the demand is so high while having an extremely lower supply compared to Antwerp and Paris. And since I already have a bit of money into Antwerp, I might as well put some into Stockholm. And then the reason I choose Contenders specifically is because of the Tyloo sticker, and with the Year of the Dragon coming up in 2024, you would be able to ride some of that potential hype, which is pretty speculative, but if the investment is already most likely going to be good, where's the harm? I'm going to be putting 30% into Stockholm Contenders and Legends, and the reason I'm not only doing Contenders is because it's so expensive. While it by far has the most potential, for ROI's sake, I'll be putting 10 to 15% into the Legends capsule. And keep in mind, this is not going to be a short-term or a long-term investment. It's more of a medium term, I guess. Now we're moving on to the weirdest option, and that's going to be Riptide Surf Shop Operation stickers. And this plays well into the theme of safe, low supply, meaning perfect to pick up. Now I think marginally most of these stickers are going to see similar results as long as you don't go for the really expensive ones. And so I just chose the ones that I liked, and I recommend looking into which one you want specifically, but the ones I chose were the Great Wave Foil and the Liquid Fire Paper. And together I spent a total of $20, so 20% of the portfolio goes into Riptide stickers. Now keep in mind, these are normally a little bit more subject to the market conditions, so I'm planning on holding these for quite a long time. But yeah, those are all my picks for investments this month. Our portfolio is definitely hurting a little bit, but that's how it goes. It's good to still put money in and see it grow further. And again, heed my warning, addition, we do have a Steam sale coming up as well as an operation, which will most likely drop the prices of liquid items, so just keep that in mind if you're deciding to put in money with me. But yeah, that's all. If you enjoyed, I would appreciate a subscription. Other than that, bye bye.